Hello everyone, I'm Birgit. Welcome to this learning module on patient advocacy. And this is part 1 and it's designed especially for you, a person living with a condition who is ready to take the next step and become a patient advocate. Here you'll learn what it means to take on this new, more public role, to speak and communicate about your condition with confidence, authenticity and self-awareness. We'll talk about support, explore useful tips and also look at the small but powerful word no. You are entering a new stage in living with your condition, one where your voice, experience and presence can make a real difference. This module gives you a first toolkit for stepping into the space to be visible, informed and human, because advocacy starts with your story. When you speak up in the public about your illness, you make yourself visible. And that's great. But visibility also means taking on responsibility and with it being in the public eye and becoming a public figure. You no longer speak only for yourself, but for many who share your experience but cannot or do not wish to speak in the public. You begin to take on a new role, patient advocate. This new role is a strength, but it requires courage and awareness. Some will envy you because you dare to speak out. Others will disagree with you or bombard you with questions and requests for help. Many of these questions are easy to answer, others are exhausting or too personal. That's why you need to learn an important word. No. No, because you are ill yourself. No, because you don't have the energy right now. Or no, because someone is overstepping your personal boundaries. It's perfectly okay not to be there for everyone. You are not a service center, you are a voice, and that voice is allowed to take breaks. You still have much to learn, young advocate. When you are in the public eye, you make yourself vulnerable, so knowledge can become your lightsaber and, when used correctly, enable successful arguments. Therefore, before you step into the public eye, learn. Learn about your illness, the people who live with it, trends, but also the legal aspects. This is part 1 of knowledge. It is knowledge that remains, but you should always keep it up to date. Part 2 is knowledge is more short-term. It is knowledge about fellow campaigners or fellow debaters. Before you enter a meeting room or a stage, be informed and be prepared about the topic, about the event, the people who will be speaking there. Today, this is easier than ever. Almost every conference is recorded. You can watch panels and learn how others speak, how they react, what arguments they use, and where you might be able to contribute a new perspective. Those who are well informed speak with more confidence. If you can explain your condition clearly, calmly, without panic or pathos, you will automatically sound competent. Talk to others. Exchange ideas with your patient organization, your team or your support group. They will help you to set priorities, understand the bigger picture and achieve important goals together. When you speak public, remember, I am telling my story, but I'm also representing a perspective. You are now a representative, not an isolated case. That's why it's worth thinking in strategies. What do you want to achieve? What are the goals of your organization or group? What do you want your audience to take away? What message is so important that it should stick? Strategic thinking here does not mean tactics, but awareness, knowing why you are speaking and for whom. Ask yourself honestly, why do you want to do patient advocacy? I want to help is a good start, but it's not a goal. Many people want to help. But making a difference, changing structures or motivating others, that's the next level. Maybe you're particularly good at explaining, networking, listening or encouraging others. 2 things will help you with this: hard skills and soft skills. Your hard skills are the knowledge and the facts you need to present yourself confidently. They help you to stay on the topic, structure your arguments, and convince others with facts. And best of all, hard skills can be learned. Programs such as your party, the European Patient Academy, or national and local organizations and associations offer excellent training and materials to teach patients about research, regulation, and the healthcare system. This knowledge makes you confident and shows others that you are prepared and competent. Your soft skills are your empathetic human repertoire: listening, patience, empathy, and communication. They combine emotion with consideration and make you a credible, reflective voice. When you combine the two, you create what makes advocacy powerful: clarity with attitude, heart with mind. My tip: write down what you are particularly good at. This will help you to remain authentic and not to get lost in other people's expectations. Take notes, but don't read them. You are telling a story, not reading from a script. What you are providing is not news, it is real life, and that is your most valuable piece of knowledge. Authenticity beats perfection. Authentic communication connects people. Smiling is allowed. Why? Smiling kills the drama, baby. You can laugh with the people too. Especially when it comes to serious topics, humor helps break the ice. Large events, business attire, hall microphones, all of these things can be intimidating. But remember, the people sitting there are just people too, and they like to laugh. A genuine smile or a spontaneous, humorous moment can diffuse a situation and make your message clearer. Too much drama is distracting. You want people to hear your words and take in your message, not just your emotions. What often helps: involve your audience directly. Right? Or do you know what I mean? At the end of a sentence opens up the space, make you approachable, and ensures that people nod inwardly. Make conscious use of your wealth of experience. If you are speaking as a patient, you have experience with doctors, health insurance companies, or authorities. Use them. Tell them what you have experienced, but without drama. Reality and facts have a stronger impact than tears and help to create understanding, distraction from pity. So it's not about coming across as smooth, but as genuinely informed and aware. That's much more powerful, and it sticks. Meeting rooms can be really overwhelming. Everyone feels this way. They are all just people. And sometimes they are those little beacons. People who smile and seem friendly, who simply shine in a sea of grey suits and costumes. Hold on to them a little, they will support you, but don't stare at them. If you find it too difficult to speak or to put yourself forward, just say so. Telling your story is not easy, neither talking about people who live with your condition. But doing so is courageous, and admitting weakness is even more courageous. A sentence like "I'm sorry, but it's very difficult for me now" earns you respect and often relief in the room. Because in that moment you leave the super professional atmosphere and the bases become more human. Moderators are your bridge. They lead panels or discussions and can help you to find your words to support you when you get flustered. They are your lifeline. My tip is, especially in the beginning, take someone you trust with you. They can take notes, observe, or just be there. This is invaluable and gives you the feeling that you are not alone. Humanity creates connection, and that's exactly what resonates with the audience. After panels or discussions, many people often approach you. They want to talk, ask questions, take selfies, or make comments. Sometimes this is enriching, sometimes overwhelming. If you feel you need a moment to yourself, take it. Say politely, "I appreciate your interest, but I need a short break." Feel free to write to me. I'll get back to you. This is not rude, this is self-protection, and it separates genuine interest from curiosity. Those who really want to make a difference will get in touch later. A pro tip after the conversation: jot down a keyword after a long day. Faces and names tend to blur. A short note, such as "journalist asked about patient participation," will help you to follow up later. If you like, send a short thank you note by email or LinkedIn, and one sentence is enough. Thank you for the good conversation. I look forward to the exchange. It takes a village to help a person. This is also true in patient advocacy. Build your network village. A network doesn't happen overnight. It grows slowly, steadily, with trust. You won't stay in touch with everyone, and that's perfectly fine. The important thing is to learn early on to sort through them who inspires you, who helps you grow, who is simply a good person to have a coffee with during a conference break. A stable network supports you with knowledge, contacts, advice, or simply through humanity. And if you are a reliable partner yourself, you will be also helped when you need support. But beware, networks thrive on give and take. Sometimes you help simply because it's the right thing to do, not because you expect something in return. That's not calculation, that's humanity. That's exactly what patient advocacy is all about. A good network is not coincidence. It is a village that you build with your heart and your attitude. You dare to show yourself. That counts. But patient advocacy is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Many of the changes you see today are the results of years of dedicated work. Some examples. In 2025, the European Medicines Agency launched its first public consultation to incorporate the perspective of patients more strongly during drug regulation. This was no coincidence. It was the results of years of advocacy work. Or the ECTRIMS Congress, the world's largest meeting on multiple sclerosis. Today there is a patient community day and patients on stage. A few years ago, this would have been unthinkable. Successes like these show that change takes time, patience, and good arguments. Patient advocacy is not a new phenomenon. It is a traditional craft and has grown over decades with conventions, routines, and sometimes resistance to new ideas. But we are living in a time of change, culturally, socially, and digitally. This makes patient advocacy all the more important because we are entering new, probably unknown phases of existing healthcare systems, and this is a moment for active participation. So stay open, stay innovative. Your voice is not an echo, it is a beginning, and it counts. Well done! You have explored what it means to speak up, to protect your boundaries, and to share your story with clarity and confidence. You now have your first toolkit: awareness, authenticity, and courage, and that's a solid foundation. But this is only the beginning. In Module 2, the Pro version, we'll go deeper. You'll discover new ways to think and act strategically and as an advocate. We'll explore proven methods like the PICO framework, learn how to structure arguments, and use practical tools that help you plan and communicate more effectively. Thank you for watching this training module. For more information, you can also check the resources from your patient groups, from the Eurordis Rare Disease Europe or Every Life Foundation for Rare Diseases, and your party training. You've started to turn experience into expertise. Now let's make expertise work for change. The next step is yours.